We're super excited as we're traveling to Tulum, Mexico today. We called for a standard Uber and got an SUV so we could fit all of our luggage in the trunk. Now with the baby, we do have a little more luggage like the car seat and stroller.
So, guys, we just wanted to share our experience when we actually flew from Houston to Cancun. We were on a trip to Tulum, and we had a 3 night, 4 day trip to Tulum. So, we flew from Houston airport to Cancun, and then from there, we drove to Tulum. So we just wanted to share really quick about our overall experience at both the airports, which is the Houston airport and Cancun airport. So our flight from Houston to Cancun was on Saturday 21st of December, and then we were supposed to return back on the 24th of December. So we were just there for about 3 days. Because it's the holiday season, our flight in the morning on Saturday 21st was around 12:30 p.m. departure. So we decided, because we had a baby with us, we decided to go to the airport sufficiently in advance, and we ended up reaching the airport by around 10 o'clock. So we were there at least 2.5 hours in advance, and we had a check-in bag, and we also wanted to check in the stroller and car seat for the baby. So which usually, by the way, airlines do allow free check-in, of stroller and car seat, so that you don't have to worry or pay for. The
And
only
we actually had a bassinet as well. For our stroller, we thought, besides the car seat, we also wanted to carry the bassinet so that it's convenient if the baby ends up sleeping and we are out and about in the hotel. So we have a big, huge bag which you typically get for the car seats, and we put both the bassinet and the car seat in that big bag, and they allow us to check that in.
So that was for free, and even if you guys have to travel with the baby, you can always check in the car seat and bassinet and the stroller for at no charge. So when we went to the airport, like I said, there was a lot of people. So holiday time, busy season, lots of people on the airport, very crowded, which was expected. That is fine. But we thought that things will get smooth, thereafter. But we went to the airport, lots of people, lots of crowd, and lots of chaos. So we were made to stand and check in at a kiosk. We were flying United Airlines. So we were made to stand and use one of their kiosks, which also had a lot of people just literally beelining to get to the kiosk. When we went there, it was surprising to know that it was just mine and my baby's boarding passes that were printed. My wife's boarding pass, which is Ankita, was not printed at all, and we couldn't even check in our luggage or our stroller there. We could not get those check-in tags printed out because there was a message that popped up on the kiosk that said you have to have assistance of a United agent. So then we start searching for the United agents, which you will see in uniform. But everybody was so busy that we could hardly find anybody to help us. And we were with a baby, just standing there with lots of people around us, just getting confused. And finally, we got help from a lady, a United representative, who told us that for that message, we have to actually go to a separate part of the United Terminal check-in and see an agent there in person who would guide us through the process. We went there again, stood in a big queue, and then met the agent, and then the agent handed our boarding passes. Then we had to go and check in our bag at a totally different check-in counter, so we had to stand there in the queue again. Then one of our bags happened to be overweight, so we had to go back to a kiosk, get it, get the check-in tag reprinted because I had to pay extra for the overweight luggage. So it was just very chaotic, a lot of confusion, meeting a lot of people. Finally, we went through the security lines, which also was again very busy, lots of people. And then finally, after security, we were okay. We went to our gate, and then we boarded our flight in time. So just a reminder, if any of you are flying anywhere in these busy times, especially from these bigger airports, bigger metropolitan cities, make sure you have sufficient time when you get to the airport, especially if you're planning to check in a bag or if you have a baby.
Yeah, and enough buffer time, yes, especially if you all have kids or babies.
Yes.
So finally, we're headed to our gate. It took us more than an hour and a half to, get our luggage dropped off. And then, with the whole chaos going on because of the holiday season, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, it just took a long, long time. But, finally it's done. We're ready for our trip. Our luggage is already, checked in. So we just are now, looking forward to boarding our flight. We're hoping to grab a quick bite before we board the flight. We do still have a little bit of time before the boarding starts, so maybe we'll be able to grab something. So our gate is C10, heading towards that. It's baby's feeding time, so we're going to go to the gate and then I'll feed the baby. And the baby is asleep, but we're finally boarding, so super excited. So we're mid-air now, and it's the baby's feeding time again. So Yash is feeding him. He did really well on the flight so far. It's a 2.5 hour flight only. So
We're
far so
about to
good. Land now, so you can see the Gulf. There's an overcast, as you can see. So you're not able to see the pristine blue waters and the different shades of blue of the Gulf. But definitely, super excited to be landing in Cancun after 4 years. And once we're done with immigration and collect our luggage, we have an hour and a half drive from Cancun to Tulum. Tulum doesn't have an airport of itself, so we have to, land into Cancun and then drive up to Tulum. But we have our private transport already pre-booked, so we should be all set there. I will share those details with you shortly. And we're getting down on the tarmac, and we'll be taking a shuttle to the gate. That was a pretty wobbly staircase to climb down with the baby. And now we head to the immigration, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to allow me to record, but just want to show you a quick glimpse of what their immigration section looks like. And we're done with our immigration and headed to baggage claim. I can't even begin to tell you what happened with us at the baggage claim, so stay tuned to find out.